I wanted to present a question to you guys today, whether or not being chopped is necessary for salvation. And what I mean by this is I came across a dude on YouTube. He's very popular. His name's like Jet something. Very good looking guy that has very good takes. Like he's very like almost like modern day philosopher. Um, and he often talks about like what a lot of us men, and like I'm 22, he's 22, a lot of us experience at our age of just things such as loneliness, dating, purpose, jobs, the job market, how expensive things are, all those things, right? And he has great takes, but he'll like occasionally just be like, I watch a lot of his videos and he'll occasionally just be like, yeah, I had this like gym crush who's like very attractive. Like she was the most attractive girl. I never talked to her or anything because I'm like socially awkward, but then she like came up to me and wanted me. And it's kind of like, all right, bro, you're not really one of us. He may be like a doom larper, if that makes sense. Like he's presenting a lot of things that a lot of the male population, and maybe some women as well can relate to, but he may not be relating to those things himself. I don't know for sure, but it just had me ask this question of like, why is it that these dudes and these women, especially that are like worldly standards, attractive, they have status, they have these things, they seem to just fall into the world and have such easy, like pleasurable lives. And it's just kind of like, if you're like chopped, you're not going to really get any opportunities. You're not really going to, you may not get that foot in the door, because you're just kind of like a chud, by the worldly standards. But I think it's honestly dope because when you get to that point, you're like, yeah, my hope is like Jesus Christ, right? And this is a little bit of satire. Like, obviously, being chopped is not a necessity for salvation or anything like that. I don't think I need to make that like clear. But what I'm really getting at with this is I think that in the spiritual life in this world that we live in, there's an example that a friend presented to me it's like a story of a man talking to a preacher about how like, I live such a sinful life. Like, how much does sin weigh? Like 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds. Like, I feel totally fine. And the preacher is like, well, like, if you put 400 pounds on a dead body, does he feel anything? And the guy's like, well, of course not. He's dead. He doesn't feel anything. And he's like, that's the same representation of all these sin that you're living in. You're basically dead because you're without Christ, right? And that is such a good example of what I'm trying to say. Like, there can be these people in life that fall into these worldly things because of the fact that they do get that foot in the door. They do have women coming up to them. They do have these other opportunities due to looks, whether they know people because of status or who they're related to, whatever it may be. But there's lack of humbleness in this. There's a lack of humility. And Jesus Christ calls us to humility. He says the least will be the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. He calls not the righteous and the upright and all those people, but the sinners. The church is a hospital for the sinners. The Catholic Church is a hospital for the sinners, to heal them and come there and overcome these things. And I just kind of wanted to make this video also to say, like, it can look like from another perspective, like you got your Chad homies that are cooking it up with the girls. They're going out, they're making some bread. They know some people, like, how does he even have that job, sort of thing, right? And it can kind of be easy to be jealous, to be envious, to covet, to do all those things. But we have to realize that that's not our ultimate purpose in life, that's even a distraction. There's another example of, in a movie called God's Not Dead. I think I brought this up before, but this dude talks to his his mom that has dementia really bad. And again, same idea. He's like, my life is great. Like, I'm a terrible person, but like, my life is great. I have everything I've ever wanted. And here you are battling this terrible disease. And she like locks in and she's literally just like, yeah, like, she starts talking, right? And she's like, yeah, the devil will make your jail cell super comfortable. And then one day the jail cell closes and you're stuck in there. And I think that's a great representation of what this life can be, is if you just pursue those worldly desires, you pursue those worldly pleasures, you shape yourself. Because say you're like chud maxing, right? And then you want to be locked in. But why do you want to be locked in? Do you want to be locked in for Christ? Or do you want to go to the gym to get girls? Do you want to go to the gym to be healthy? Hopefully have strength as a man to help your family, protect your family? Or do you want to go to, again, get girls, post on social media, that sort of thing, right? Those different looks on life can really show us where our heart lies, and whether our heart lies in humility or in pride. And it's not a thing to be jealous of these people that have these things just because of how life has handed them some of these things, right? Or how the devil maybe has handed them things, or some things are just a blessing from God. Good experiences growing up, those things aren't inherently bad, or a good, great family to live in. I have that. I'm not going to say I don't have that. I have a great upbringing and a great family and live in a good town and neighborhood, but it's not something to dwell on, and it's not something to seek after. Humbleness is what we should seek after. Humility, what we should seek after is a rejection of the world, because I think that's also so much cooler almost. I don't know if that's the right word, is rejecting the world and rejecting worldly desires, and maybe even being that dude that has everything by worldly standards, but knowing that above all is Jesus Christ, rejecting the lies of the enemy, the lies that this world tells us, and completely pursuing Christ. So yeah, if you're chopped, like, a lot of us are, if you're down in the mud, if things seem to be just stacked against you and you want to take that victim mentality, don't do it, man. Go to Jesus Christ, ask for mercy, ask for help. He'll be there with you, and you'll truly ascend to a higher state and a higher being, focused on the things in heaven and not the things on earth. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't know why I hit that at the end there.